Yo, what's going on, you guys? Your boy Ben Mahari here, representing Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Much love to y'all tonight, guys. It's finally here. The Phoenix Suns have finally done it for the first time in 28 years. They have advanced to the NBA Finals. Long, long time coming for a lot of these great Phoenix Suns fans that endured years of losing, years of fantastic teams with the running gun Phoenix Suns teams with Steve Nash, those guys. And just man, and even going back to the '90s with the Charles Barkley led Phoenix Suns teams that ran into Michael Jordan, Akeem Olajuwon, and then going back to the '70s with the earlier team from '76 that was close to winning the championship. Congratulations to the Phoenix Suns. Fantastic season, and it culminates to a trip to the NBA Finals. As you can see from this picture right here, for Chris Paul, after 16 years in the NBA, filled with disappointments, you know back-breaking injuries during the playoffs, he finally got his opportunity to get to the NBA Finals, and is well deserved, man. Well deserved. So, right here, right now, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the game and what I'm going to expect. From the Phoenix Suns as they await the winner between Atlanta and Milwaukee. That is certainly it's going to be a contested series tomorrow. Um, Tonight, I felt like the Phoenix Suns had every intention of ending the series uh, tonight, and certainly when you looked at this game tonight, they came in guns blazing, and they made it clear that they were not messing around and trying to end the series. And looking at the stats of the game, the Suns shot 56% from the field, 54% from three, compared to the Clippers 41% from the field and 30% from three. You know what I'm saying? Even though the Clippers got to the line more times, the Suns in the games that they have won, they have out rebounded the Clippers. They passed the ball better. They kept their turnovers down, and they've dominated the inside and the paint in every game they have played in this series. And that's been the big difference in throughout the entire thing. And when you look back at this entire series, the Phoenix Suns were still able to take control of the series in the first two games without their leader, Chris Paul. Now, when he did came back, it took him about at least a couple of games to get his timing back. But tonight, we saw the greatness of Chris Paul on display. As I see my people, Brandon Nicholson in the building and the lovely Tay Tay Brown in the building. How you doing, beautiful? Man, Chris Paul tonight was on pace to make sure that the series ended tonight, and he delivered perhaps one of his finest performances. You know what I'm saying? And salute to him, man, because this has been a long time coming for this guy. You know what I mean? Throughout the years when he was playing with the New Orleans Hornets, reaching to the conference semifinals in a game seven against San Antonio, and they lost that game at home, and spending at least the six seasons with the Clippers and blowing that 3-1 lead in 2015. You know what I'm saying? And you know, being traded to Houston and having endured the hamstring injury in 2018 that pretty much killed his ultimate chance of a championship that year, and then being traded to OKC for 1 year, and then being traded to the Suns, in which people didn't expect him to be much of a difference, you know, you know, to start out the season, because many people felt that the Phoenix Suns were still a young team that was just not ready. And on all honesty, Chris Paul brought legitimacy, and he brought leadership, and he brought direction to those young guys, and everybody, fell suit. You know what I mean? Chris Paul, you know, was been the catalyst all year, on and off the court. And when you look at the stat totals, Chris Paul, what can you say about him? 41 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, and he made six threes the whole night. The man was basically on cruise control, and he pretty much was driving the bulldozer right through the LA Clippers. And the Clippers tonight, this was their chance to try to force a game seven to possibly get their star player Kawhi Leonard, on the series. But unfortunately, you know, it didn't turn out to be. Paul George didn't show up. 21 points, only 9 rebounds in 41 minutes. Marcus Morris was the only guy that showed up with 26 points. Reggie Jackson had 13. Patrick Beverley had 11, but he had his hands full guarding against Chris Paul. And when things weren't going his way, and when Chris Paul was made that last three, he lost his, he lost his marbles and shoved them and basically got himself ejected the coward way. You know what I mean? So fantastic, fantastic series. It was fun, but unfortunately, the loss of Kawhi Leonard for the Clippers, it was the nail in the coffin for them because even though they were managed to got two victories in this series, I'm just saying, if Kawhi Leonard was playing in this series, I bet you right now it probably would be a little bit different. And so, congratulations to the LA Clippers for a phenomenal season, but a huge congratulations to the Phoenix Suns for making it this far to the NBA Finals. And now they can sit back, rest up, and get ready. Whoever's going to come out of that contested Eastern Conference Finals between Atlanta and Milwaukee, considering the fact what happened last night with Giannis in terms of his hyperextended, knee injury. You know what I mean? Just a I'm telling you, these playoffs has been crazy. Trey Young having his foot being stepped on by the referee accidentally. He's probably going to be out for Game 5. We don't know yet. Giannis with the hyperextended left knee. He's now day to day. We don't know when he's going to come back. I mean, right now the East right now is just wide open right now. Literally, it's wide open. It's anybody's series to win. But I think both of these teams, with either the Bucks or the Hawks, are going to have their hands full against a very balanced and very deep Phoenix Suns team because not only they can beat you with their guard play, their inside dominance is pretty much their bread and butter. Considering the fact you have DeAndre Ayton, who pretty much has been relatively the most consistent player throughout the series. He's giving you 16 points and 17 rebounds, consistently in every series that he's been a part of. You know what I'm saying? Jay Crowder, he makes timely threes. He's very tough on defense. Mikal Bridges, very good wing player who can finish on the break and shoot threes. We know what Devin Booker's capable of doing. And then you combine the fact you got Darko Sarge off your bench, Cameron Payne off your bench, Etwan Moore off your bench, you know, Abdel Nader off your bench. I mean, this team is literally deep. And so whoever comes out of the East against against the Phoenix Suns, they're gonna have their hands full because I have the Phoenix Suns winning the entire championship now, based on how they've been able to form. You know what I'm saying? And they had some hiccups against the Lakers, especially when Chris Paul bruised that left shoulder, but he was able to work himself into the series against the Lakers and close that thing out. The way he performed against the Denver Nuggets, how he closed out that series was phenomenal, using that mid-range pull up to the elbow. And then tonight, he hit everything from long range. It felt like we was watching a maestro at work. And to be honest with you guys, let me just say this: I really think that people need to stop calling Chris Paul a losing player because everywhere he's been, he's pretty much put the same intensity and pretty much put the focus on winning above anybody else. But the issue that I have is that people keep saying that Chris Paul is basically a overrated point guard and all that, and I'm like, look what the results he's been able to do. You know what I mean? And you may not like his attitude, you may not like his pit bull mentality, but the man wants to win more than anything else. And right now, he pretty much put the nail in the coffin against a team that he pretty much played 6 seasons in the NBA, and it's pretty much is what it is. You know, what's up? DXCN says, "Good night, LA." Yep, yep. It was a good season for the Clippers, but obviously not having Kawhi Leonard really hurt them. But also that the fact that the Clippers lack of an inside interior really hurt them in this series. I mean, almost every game except for games 3 and 5, the Phoenix Suns have had the edge in the rebounding and inside in the paint. That's pretty much their bread and butter. And you know, anytime that the Suns have been able to control the tempo of the game, the opponents have had a hard time adjusting to that. And so, for either of the Hawks or the Bucks to win against the Suns, you have to do a couple of things: control the pace, limit the rebounding, and play the best interior defense you got. You know what I mean? I just think that Atlanta and Milwaukee, in terms of the matchups against the Suns, I think they're pretty much inferior against them. I think that the Suns have the ultimate advantage against either one of those teams, and I think that it's only a matter of time before Chris Paul can finally hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy and have his defining moment of winning an NBA championship and pretty much telling Rajon Rondo to pretty much stick it, because he was the same guy that said that you're never going to win an NBA championship. And yeah, Rondo's got 2 rings, but let's be real about something here. Rondo didn't do anything for that 2008 championship, and he had his due with the 2020 championship with the Lakers. He did his part. But the thing is, though, bro, that, Chris Paul has taken a lot of criticism over the years, and now he can all of them same critics that pretty much, questioned him throughout his whole career can pretty much put that to bed now, because the Suns are in the finals, and the man has accomplished pretty much almost anything you want in the book as a great player in this league, except the fact that he never won an NBA championship. And now he's got an opportunity next week, starting next week, to achieve that goal of winning a championship, as the finals will begin next week, and all those final games will be on ABC. So I pretty much have decided, to cover the finals. I'm not going to do the live broadcasting. I'm going to give you mostly, post game, live stream telecast, my thoughts on the game, what I liked, what I disliked, what I mean, and some of the adjustments that the both teams are going to have to make. But I think that, the problem that I saw with the Clippers was is that, their defense, there are times where their defensive intensity was not matching, the motion that the Phoenix Suns were giving to them. And their defense really sunk to a really low level. And what I saw tonight was, it's like, the Clippers tonight, they were just on and off all game long, and just pretty much the Phoenix Suns had this game under cruise control, and you know there was nothing much the Clippers could do to pretty much try to stop them. And so, it is what it is, man. But the Clippers, had a really, very, yeah, above average season, and they pretty much showed their adversity, pretty much showed their ability to handle adversity against the Dallas Mavericks and against the Utah Jazz. But right now, they're really going to have to improve a couple of things. Their front line and also their depth. That's what a couple of things that they'll have to improve upon, for next season. And hopefully that Kawhi can finally stay healthy in the playoffs, because boy, did they miss him in the series. Because if he were playing during the entire conference final, I bet you one thing, it would be a totally tighter series than it originally was. I mean, I think it would have gone 7 games, and some people may have the Clippers, possibly edging that one out. But it is what it is. But congratulations to the Phoenix Suns. Yo, what's up, Cool Breeze? He says, I got Hawks in 6. Okay. Okay. I got Suns in 5 against the Hawks. I got the Suns over the Bucks in 6 games. That's how I personally see it. Brandon Nicholson says, the only flaw I see with Chris Paul is his health. That's pretty much it, because he's been relatively been outstanding throughout the whole playoffs. It just pretty much has been his health. When it came to the bruised shoulder, the COVID-19 thing, what I mean, it's just pretty much his health. But the Phoenix Suns, to me, really showed the young resilience that's required to win a championship. I mean, do you think about how this Phoenix Suns team, originally came about? This is this was a team that literally had really nice young talent, but literally no leadership at all. And these guys were pretty much not playing together as a team. Once Chris Paul came into the fold, it became very, very clear who was going to be the leader of the team and how this team was going to play. And I'll tell you this, the Phoenix Suns right now are playing perhaps their best basketball out of anybody in these entire playoffs, because the Chris Paul has pretty much brought in this discipline and the structure and the leadership that is necessary for this young, talented team. And everybody's following suit, and I love it. DJ23, what's going on, brother? How you doing? So yeah, right now, after the whole laundry fest that's going on in the Eastern Conference right now, it could go either way. But I think right now, I think the Phoenix Suns have the edge. The only concern is going to be, will they get a little bit rusty because of the extra days off, in between, in between the Eastern Conference Finals and leading up to the start of the NBA Finals. That's pretty much the only concern you could pretty much say you would have about this team. But right now, the Phoenix Suns, did what they were supposed to do, and they finally got it done. Congratulations to Chris Paul, 16 years in the NBA. Coming out of Wake Forest, had various opportunities, to get to the finals, but sometimes came short and never even given a chance. So yeah, man, it was pretty much, fantastic, series. But congratulations to Chris Paul. They finally did it, man. They really, really finally did it. And so it is what it is, though, man. But I'm gonna go ahead, and get some sleep right now, you guys, because I got to go to work in the morning, man. I just wanted to come out here just real quick, give you some of my thoughts on the game. But the Eastern Conference Finals are going to continue tomorrow, and we're going to see if the lack of Giannis with the Bucks is really going to hurt them in that series. Chris Middleton is going to have to take his game to another level if they're going to have a chance to retake control of the series. And is Trae Young going to come back and play after that, injured foot? We're going to see all of our questions are going to be answered tomorrow as Game 5 approaches tomorrow night as the series shifts back to Milwaukee. So, but it is what it is. Congratulations to the Phoenix Suns. Congratulations to Chris Paul. You finally reached your first ever NBA Finals at the age of 36 after 16 years in the NBA. And I was honored to shake hands with you back in 2015, man. You have really been an excellent, display of what a point guard should be in the NBA. And now you get your moment again to the NBA Finals. Now it is up to you to get the job done and finally achieve the one feat that has eluded you throughout your entire career, and that is an NBA championship. But it is what it is, though, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the night, though, guys. Because I gotta go to bed, because I got to work in the morning, man. So, but much love to you guys. Congratulations to the Phoenix Suns, man. But I'll come back on the next one. Peace.